It'll be one to go this time by. Coming to the green, buddy, coming to the green. Let's go get him. Go, 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 take, go, 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 go.
Get your motor running. Head out on the highway.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right, we're going to go ahead and get started with our post-race interview session with the driver of the number 15 Menards Chevrolet for Dillon Incorporated, Paul Menard. Paul, take us through your race today and the finish.
Well, we had a good car all day long. Qualified fifth. Car had speed in it all day. Didn't make any chassis adjustments. Just did a little bit of air pressure after the first run to free it up. It was just all track position, really. I didn't see a bad handling race car out there, so a lot of track position, 2 tire pit stops, alternate right sides, left sides, right sides. Pretty close on fuel at the end. We had to last 2 or 3 cautions. I was shutting the motor off to let it coast and conserve fuel. And I think that's what happened to the 8 car right then. He bobbled a little bit with low fuel pressure. Last lap was pretty wild. I was pulling for Regan, obviously, and I thought he had it. And I guess not, but it's all in all, a good, strong effort for DEI. Martin got up there, led some laps. Eric led some laps. I led a few laps, and I thought Regan led the most important one, but it is what it is, I guess.
We'll open up for questions. We have wireless mics throughout the rooms. Please raise your hand, and we'll bring the mic to you. So open up for questions for Paul. Right in the back.
Tanya Ganguly, Orlando Sentinel. How worried were you about your tires?
About my tires?
Yeah.
Not at all. We didn't have any tire issues in practice, and every time we took the sets off during the race, they looked fine. I think the guys that are blowing tires might have had a little bit of fender rub or something like that, or maybe aggressive camber, but ours was okay.
We'll take a question from the press box, and we'll come back downstairs.
Dominic Vizos on Automotive. Paul, you were probably the guy with the best vantage point. Did you feel that Stewart pushed Reagan below the yellow line, or that, just went there as evasive maneuver and maybe have some room to get pushed by you?
Tony caused almost 2 wrecks in the last few laps, just blocking people. He blocked Regan, which I guess he's supposed to do, and Regan countered to try to get around him, and yeah, he just happened to dip his left sides underneath the yellow line, but we've seen in the past that they've allowed that to happen coming to the checkered. For some reason, they chose not to this time.
Any other questions downstairs?
Hey, Paul. Doug Turnbull, WSB Radio. Several years ago when you ran with Andy Petrie in the ARCA race, you won your first time coming out here, never having even seen the place. You won your first career pole, I believe, at Daytona a few races back in July. Is there something about restrictor plate racing, like some drivers, that just stands out to you that you seem to understand maybe better than some of the other tracks?
It's fast race cars, and ultimately that's it. The ARCA race, we sat on pole, got disqualified, and started in the back, and once we got front, we were the fastest car, and nobody could get around us. Daytona, obviously, we had a pole run, which is holding it wide open, putting it on the pole, and here we qualified 5th, and got some good help with all the DI teammates. We all worked really good together today, so it's cool to see.
Okay, we'll go right here, and then we'll go to Mike.
Gary Graves, USA Today. Obviously, this caps an eventful week for you with the decision to leave DEI. How satisfying is this for you?
Would have liked this to happen in Daytona 500, obviously, but we'll take it this late in the season. But it was a bittersweet week. I'm definitely looking forward to going to Yates and to see them sitting on the pole for this race today, and they had fast race cars. That was good to see and promising for come Daytona. And then DI, DI is going to be okay. They've had strong race cars today, as you saw, and they'll be okay in the future. So it's nice just to get all that behind us, get the hard part for myself anyway out of the way, and just concentrate on next year, and not to mention the final 7 races or 6 races this year.
Mike.
Mike Muller, Winston-Salem Journal. What's happened to DEI in the last 6 or 7 weeks? It's like all of a sudden you guys are back where you're supposed to be.
Bobby Hutchins coming over helps a lot. He got some of the disorganization between the different departments sorted out, and got everybody firing on the same on the same page anyway. Bobby Hutchins has lots of experience, lots of credentials at RCR, and helped organize that organization. Now helping us out at DEI has just been a big help.
Go up to the press box for a question.
Lee Spencer, Fox Sports. Given that this is your career best finish, are you sentimental, or you regret it all making the decision now? And what really played the part in your leaving? Was it your decision or your father's?
It's done. I'm looking forward to next year, and we'll continue the final 6 races here. And looked at everything on paper, and I made the decision to depart DEI. So it falls on my shoulders, and I'm very confident with my decision.
Any other questions for Paul Menard?
Yes, Reed Spencer from Sporting News from the press box. Paul, you mentioned that your interpretation was that you could do this on the final lap, that had perhaps happened in the past. Do you recall any specific instances of that happening?
I think it was Daytona or maybe Talladega in the spring, but it happened one of these last restrictor plate races. I can't remember specifically.
Anything else for Paul Menard?